Hi, my name is Marie. I like to make things and I like to turn around and show you how I made those things. Welcome to my channel. So as you know, we're going to be working with resin today, so make sure that you are taking the proper precautions. Either you have your mask, some gloves, or finger cots like this. These are called finger cots that just go on the fingers. And I only put them on the fingers that I'm going to be using because we're not going to be working with a really huge resin piece. Just make sure you use proper PPE. Okay? Yay. So you saw what we're going to be making. Now let's get into it. Okay, we're going to start with a clean slate here. I got some parchment paper. It's not something that's going to burn under our UV light. First things first, you start with a layer of UV resin. Let's pop these bubbles. Well, it really doesn't matter, but they were annoying me. So I have a nice little layer. I'm going to spread it out just a little bit, just to thin it out a bit, because we want this first layer to be really thin. And the reason why we want this to be thin is because we're going to be cutting this in a few minutes, okay? Make sure you have paper towels that are ready to use. We got this all spread out thinly. Now, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of gold flake paper and I'm just going to drop that in there. And I'm going to spread it out. Looks pretty, huh? Well, we're not done. So I have this little box of shells and all this nice little magical stuff. And how I got this was I had a bunch of little beads that kind of look like, some of them look a little like a shell, iridescent look on them. So I took big, huge beads that were like a shell, and I know I wasn't going to use them. So I took them, put them in a bag, and I smashed them all with a hammer. So it's a bunch of little magical things in here, along with some sequins that I had cut up too. And there's a little bit of iridescent right here. This little iridescent thing that was from my Cricut heat transfer paper. So all the supplies that you're going to use is going to be in the description box below. Things that you could use and the things that you could just buy if you want. If you rather buy it, then I have supplies for that too. But right now I'm going to use things that are like using the supplies that you have on hand. Okay, so this is what I have. So I'm going to start picking things out of this box using some tweezers. What I want is to grab some shells and start dropping them in there, okay? The problem is knowing when to stop. So I think I'm going to stop. All right, my next step is I'm going to start putting in here my bits of sequins. All right, so I like that. This is a perfect time for me to cure it. So I'm going to take 60 seconds and I'm going to cure this. All right, so I have a nice little cured piece here. I'm going to move it around a little bit so you can see the reflections of it. You see those? Beautiful. I like it. Okay, so now my next step is I have a bunch of gel polish that these colors I'm not going to use. They're just not right for my skin type. So I'm going to use these to add a little bit more color to this. Let's see if I can find a pink color too. As you can see, there's a bunch here because I had bought these in a set. The set really is inexpensive, really. But I can't use all the colors. I thought I could, but I was like, I don't really like it. So I ended up not using much of the colors. So I said, you know what? I can use it to make beads and such, okay? So I am going to do little test stripes. I'm going to put some colors down here. These nice little colors. They're very neutral. I kind of like this color for myself. I might keep it. Set you aside. I'm going to take a little glop of UV resin, and I'm going to be mixing some UV resin in with these colors to make them a little bit more see-through, a little bit more transparent. I like that. So it's a little bit lighter. What you want to do is you want to do it where it's half on your shells, because that's what's going to show the colors up. So you're going to be able to see the colors better if you're putting it on your shells, because the shells have a little bit of a light background that's going to make your colors just pop out. And then you can also get them kind of in between the shells. I think I want to do this darker color, believe it or not. I'm going to keep this saturated, but I'm going to like throw it in there in between the shells and a little bit onto the shell, as you can see here. Okay, it's not a science, it's just what made sense to me when I was making my beads. Okay, was showing off the shells and showing off colors. Okay, I didn't use this color, so I didn't want it to feel left out, so I'm going to use this color. All right, so I like it. It's showing off the shells, it's showing off the colors, and it's adding a little bit of dynamic to it. So I'm going to cure all this. So this is all cured now. Okay, so let me show you. It looks crazy right now, but that's okay. We're all a little crazy. I feel like I want to get another pop of color. So look at that beautiful red. Now I am going to ruin that red a little bit by dropping in this weird brown color that we used over here. I'm hoping that it would darken it a bit, even going as far as to grab some black. So let me grab some black and drop that in there. Color theory, not exactly sure if it's going to make the color that I have in my mind. I have a weird mind. So I'm going to try with the brown first. Yeah, I like it. A little milky looking. But I'm going to add some of that black in there now. Ooh, beauteous. Ooh, I like that a lot. Let's drop some more red in there. Okay, so I'm just mixing the colors that I do have, and it's just something that I'm feeling with what I have here that I want to add a weird streak in there somewhere. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Because I have this one dark shell in here for some reason, I just want it to look like it's connected in some way. And because this is all cured already, I can just move it according to where I want it to be. Okay, nice little streak there. Let's do a little dot there, nothing crazy. Just introducing that color and getting it in there, you know, evenly. There you go. I like it. I want to dilute it a little bit. There we go. It's just weird. I don't know how to explain what it is that I am doing. It's just something that I'm feeling that I should do. See how it's starting to bloom a little bit? I like that. Because I'm moving it around, adding there we go. I like it a lot. Okay, just wanted to put that little red in there. Just felt like more red was needed. There we go. All right, I want to cure this. What if I have some on here? Ooh, I like you a lot. I think I might keep you. All right, let's cure this. All right, so let's check this out a little bit. I like that. So, I like to keep it thin, but I feel like we're gonna do another layer. I'm gonna do another layer of just UV, okay? Just clear resin. Just want to get another layer on there. Move that around. Don't have it go to the edges. You want to lock those colors in. This is literally a crazy freeform UV resin, no mistakes can be made project, okay? So I like that. Now, I'm gonna go crazy here. I didn't do this on the other one, but I'm gonna drop some of this gold paint in there. Because what you're doing is you're trying to add a lot of dimension to your pieces that are inside of there. See how the gold is starting to move around? Okay, and I will put this gold paint in the description box below. Make sure if you're going to be using this that if you have UV resin that's already down and it's still wet, do not take whatever brush you're using and dip it right back in there. No, make sure you wipe it on a piece of paper towel because you don't want any of the UV resin to get inside your bottle. Then it will start to act weird. So you don't want that. So I'm just adding some crazy gold flecky looking situation. Okay. Oh, I like that. Just giving it a little bit more layer, because you start to see the clear parts, you start to see through it, and you don't want to see through it too much. Okay. All right, I like that. Now I'm wiping off my brush thing that I'm using. You always keep it cleaned off. I'm gonna add a little bit more because I don't want these I don't want the clear parts to shine through, so I'm just dropping in more things in it. See, I'm gonna start putting these iridescent papers in it. Okay, I like that. It gives it a different color because it's kind of like a blue look to it. And I want to keep those iridescent papers to be really, really small. I don't want them to like overpower the whole piece. I just want to put them where there's some empty spaces that are clear that you could see through, because we don't want to do that. You see there's a clear space right here. I'll do something else with it because I think I have too much of the iridescent papers. So I'm just going to drop in another shell here with some paint on top of it without even realizing it, but that's okay, it works. See what I'm saying? This, you cannot make a mistake with this project. That's why I wanted to do it. Let's grab some pink. This is not going to be one whole stone, so you can have, this can be a separate stone. You can have a little tiny piece right here. So whatever the case may be, you have a lot of choices as to what pieces you want to actually keep or use it for something else. I like it. So let me cure this real quick. All right, our next step is to take this off our parchment paper. And then we're going to turn it over, and I want to cure this area also and cure the back of this piece. All right, here's our piece. Okay, this is the underneath. So this back right here, now I'm going to sit this down, and now I'm going to cover this back with a layer of UV resin, and then I'm going to cure it, okay? But first, look at how much it shines after I put this UV resin on there. Ooh, baby, it is shining up. So I'm going to spread this out, and then I'm going to cure it. Yes, I did cure this other side, but I didn't want to have too many clear spots shining through the other side. So I did put some new pieces on this side. You could tell from this angle that I dropped some pieces on top here. So that's just, it was just a personal preference for me. All right, so here is my piece. Let me get close to it. Looks a little crazy. You're like, oh my god, that's so bright and crazy. Well, we're gonna change that a little bit, okay? So this right here is the underside. You could tell because you can see the gold just popping through a lot. And then this is the topmost part that I'm going to use, okay? It's not very smooth, but I'm okay with that. Like, it has a little bumpy look to it. You can see some pieces like right here that are a little bit lifted, but I'm okay with that. I'm not going to be too critical with this piece, but neither should you with your piece, because this is a no mistake project. No one's going to make one that looks exactly the same as the other, so that kind of works out for everybody. Okay, I do want to have one big piece, one big stone, one big cabochon piece, but I do want to break off some pieces off of this to make little stones for, say, a ring or something. So that's what we're gonna do. If you're like trying to keep that one piece as one, you can do that. But in my case, what I want to do is break this up into 3 pieces. Okay. So you got like nice little stone sizes there. I like this triangle one. I'm definitely going to keep it in its shape. Okay, ooh, look at that. Ooh, that's nice. So I got a nice little pieces that I want to use for a ring, and then I'm going to leave this as one big cabochon stone. Okay, so once you have your little pieces there, all you have to do, if you look at the size here, it's a little bumpy because you got the little bit of the whatever was inside poking through. So this one has a finished side on it, but I'm gonna sand all the way around these, okay? See this mess? Yeah, this is what it's gonna be like if you want to change the shape of it. I'm gonna clean this all up. I might even do a layer of resin. You don't need to see me do that. And then I will come back and show you what it looks like after I do all that work. Okay? Okay, I love you, bye. All right, so I did a little bit more resin. This is the finished piece with all the craziness inside of it. And these are the little ones that I made. Okay, I like them because I just wanted to make like different types of shapes for smaller pendant. I want to do a smaller pendant, and then these two will go on rings later on. So those are my finished pieces. Okay, I'm gonna set these two aside because I want to focus on this guy right here. I'm gonna focus on these sides. So I have this, it's called like folk art. I've used it a little bit inside of my piece, but now I'm going to put it on the outside of my piece. Okay, now I am going to lay it down flat, because I do want this paint to go over the sides and kind of show in the front also. All right, I love this so much. This paint is like the best ever. The only problem is you have to wait for it to dry. Yay! But good things come to those who wait. And it's up to you also if you want to paint on the other side also, and if you want to do a second layer. So that's completely up to you. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait for this to dry, put it underneath my fan. So it's up to you after you paint it with gold if you want to cover it with another layer of UV resin, but this is what I have so far. Okay, this is the end product. I like this as a stone, a focal piece stone here. Okay, then here's my triangle. Okay, and my little, these are my little bits that I'm going to be putting on a ring of some sort. These are other ones that I ended up making a little bit later. After I got done with this, my actual shell pieces came in from Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description of the shells that I got later on. But these are it. This is what it looks like in resin. They're beautiful. Oh my goodness. So if you get those, I would rather you get those than what I did. I just broke up a bunch of like little beads and actual shells and stuff. They look okay, but not as magical as this, how this looks. So yeah, so that's the finished product of that. So, you know, these are a couple other pieces, different renditions, different like darker colors that I have done either in the past or just the other day. So yeah, these I love the way these look. Even like on the other sides, they still look pretty awesome. So I hope you guys had fun, just as much fun as I did making these things. They are so doggone beautiful. I just love the reflections that they throw. Okay, look at this one. It's another reflection. So basically you can use the supplies that you have on hand to make your own little gemstones. Like, how cool is that? I don't know why I still have these on my hands. Anyway, so you guys, I hope you enjoy this video. I wanted to do a little quick video, so hopefully it was quick. Who knows? So the next video I'm gonna do is showing you how to wire wrap these little stones. I will see you guys on the flip side, and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, as we always say. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.